So hello and welcome to everybody who has joined us for the build-up to this occasion of ultimate tribalism. And as you would expect, that build-up has been remarkable. They fight here not just for the pride of their manor, but in the ultimate show of one-upmanship. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We stand for the national anthem of France. This is always a game of consequence.
Well, don't let the word friendly get in the way of a good rivalry. These players certainly won't, Peter.
You wouldn't have thought they would. You've got to expect this to be full throttle, surely.
Yeah, they'll be as strong as usual, but I'm sure these players will commit their all.
So we're up and running. Two tribes going toe-to-toe. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, there's no doubt as to who the creative hub in the side is. It's Mikel
Mbappe! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
France with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Rodri wins the duel this time. And now a sudden chance to counter. Shot could be on. Goes for a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Mbappe is offering a wry smile there.
It's their second corner of the game. Olise with the short one. He's having a shot! And again! That is decidedly lacking. Kubasu. Pedri. Fabian Ruiz. Now it's Ferran Torres. Saliba does well to get it back. That has not gone well. And here's Ferran Torres. Rabiot. Doué. Dembele. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Olise. It's a pretty loose pass. France are applying all the early pressure.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
No, he's not getting past him there. Mikel Oyarzabal. Saliba calmly anticipates. Spread to the right. And it's Doué. Good take, and is he in? Now it's Olise. He's shot a goal! Goal! France! And France are in front. Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
France have taken the lead.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
That's a good foray he's making. Olise going like a man possessed at the moment. He's gone forward. Now it's Mbappe. Let's do it. Shoots! Oh, good finish. They are purring, truly purring. A finish of great intelligence. He just understood and he executed so smoothly.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
France are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
And here's Dembele. Now it's great chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
And now he has two. A case now of complete control.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Olise.
Well, Peter, he's looking particularly sharp.
And certainly on the hunt for his personal treble.
Yeah, and I certainly wouldn't go against that, although he may keep an eye on the bench for fear of the...
It's Dembele! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Kubasi. Rabiot gets a foot in here. France, Doué is the guilty party there. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Look, we can't say that's a surprise, Peter. He knew what the consequences were. He really did. I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Ferran Torres. Great vision. Oyarzabal. And that was asking for too much. And that was very necessary. And it's Ruiz. And here's Ferran Torres. Llorente providing an outlet on that flank. Saliba. And claimed it back swiftly. Gets a good foot in there. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Olise. That's a sharp pass. And they've got a throw. Olise, good effort from distance. A whisker away from making it 4.
Well, he's hit it well enough for me. I suppose it could be a deliberate attempt to just draw that defence out.
Kubasi. Here's Rodri. And it's Ruiz. And Kubasi. Llorente. And it's Rodri. Here's Oyarzabal.
Oh, great feat that.
He's looking wide. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And he's in on goal. He's shifting through the gears here. Chouameni. And it's Ruiz. And that could set him on his way. Corner given. Pedri, who's short. Delivered. And the finish! Against the crossbar. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they'll want to keep things that way.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. France are relentlessly steamrolling their way to victory then. 3 goals scored without reply. Gets us going once more. And he was quick to react. Rodri. Now he's got space here. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Out for a throw. Cucurella. Pedri. Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Rabiot. It's a throw-in. Fabian Ruiz. And it's Pedri. This is a promising build-up. Over to the right flank. Great ball, and he's in here. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Pressing high and with purpose. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And here's Ferran Torres. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Hernandez did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Kubasi. Now, can they get him away? Looking to play him in.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And he has been fouled there.
Changement en cours.
Fabian Ruiz. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Fabian Ruiz. Now it's Oyarzabal. Now it's Yamal. He's found a way through. Yamal, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength. The sort of desire we hope will spread.
Fabian Ruiz. Olise, who's set up one goal so far. Chance! Pedri. And they win it back again. He's going for goal! Oh, it's come loose. Fabian Ruiz. He's had it taken off him. That's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
Attention, changement.
He's gone for goal. 75 minutes played. Now it's Oyarzabal. That's destined for the flank. Now it's Williams. He's picked his way through. That's put paid to the danger. And they're back on the ball again. Rodri.
Spain appear determined to play through the middle again, and guess what? It's the same result.
Well, that looks a decent ball. A quick look, thought about cutting inside, crossed into the box. And that's the keeper's ball.
Spain really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. Cucurella, Herring, tries from distance. Mbappe looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Yeah, as you'd expect, Peter, that defence ought to know when to step up or drop off, and they finally made a decision to get tighter.
And he's managed to gift it back. Koundé makes the interception. Pass somewhat off target. Llorente. Nicely spread.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Mignon is there to clear.
Temps additionnel.
There'll be a minute of stoppage time. Spread out to the left. Oh, that's fabulous. Knocks it into space. And he's certainly onside here. It's loose now and they want to get it back. And that's that. France, just a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick and such fun. You really would fear for anyone playing up against them right now. Mbappe voted man of the match and deservedly so. The end of the game. Reflections?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans, everyone pumped. Takes me back.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. France going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals one more time. A day for parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask that age-old question again: who is going to come out on top this time? And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We stand for the national anthem of France. This is always a game of consequence.
Well, I played in a fair few derbies, Peter, and in my time, derbies were derbies.
Well, I had a feeling you might say something like that, Jim.
Well, for this one, while I'm not expecting a fully fledged derby, it will be very combative, very competitive at least. It can't be anything else.
There's the whistle, and here we go. And the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected. Jim, you've played in games of this. Mbappe! Oh, that was no routine save.
Mbappe really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
France with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. It's a sharp pass. Spain are looking to go forward now. This ended up in no man's land. Distributed tidily. Well, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Mbappe. And this is Dembele. That's tidy. That's very disappointing, it has to be said. And he's heaved it away. And here's Doué. Another chance from a corner. France have their second corner now. Olise with the short one. And now they can spring out of defence. Mbappe shoots! Superb goal!
Can you think of a better way to have started this game? Talk about how to stamp your authority on things. You've just seen it.
Simplicity itself.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came up beautifully.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. The referee's awarded a free kick. Laporte. That's destined for the flank. Gavi. It's gone out for a throw-in. And it's Cucurella. He's found a way through. Now it's Mbappe. Over to the right flank. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Olise. Forced to go back. Picked out brilliantly. Goes for a shot! And he's stuck it away. They are purring, truly purring. He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
France are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Space for him to turn and look. Drills one in. And shifted it to the flank. That's really well cleared. Llorente. France have hit a quick-fire double here and are well and truly in the driving seat. Now this could be a chance. And the shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
What a fabulous run. OK, it didn't come off in the end, Peter, but that would surely spark some kind of response from those around him.
Pedri. And here's Oyarzabal. And he shoots! And that is doing no harm at all.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. He should have put his foot right through it.
And here's Gavi. Oh, it's Fabian Ruiz. He's big chance! And again! And it's in! You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
Après 29 minutes de jeu par Le numéro 7.
Spain cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Good play through for the wide man. He's picked his way through. Great chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
That's the threat he carries, Peter, running at defences like that. If only he managed to retain his composure.
Saliba cuts it out. Getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. And he welcomes it in. And a chance! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
It's a sharp little ball here. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Saliba gets across to intercept that. Looking for the run. Shot could be on. Can he finish? And that's a sharp finish. Spain are all square. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
It's turning into quite a gem, this.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
He's beaten the last man. Shot a goal! Goal! Spain! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. A mere formality, nigh on a certainty, he is truly in the zone.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Spain have their lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, super ball. Chance for a shot! It's loose now, and they want to get it back. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And that is masterful defending.
Temps additionnel, 3 minutes.
He has found a way through. Deflected behind for a corner kick. That should get the job done. And it's half-time. And we are up to the break.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive. Everything you'd expect from Derby Day. Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Souhaitons tous la bienvenue à nos joueurs.
the first touch of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it.
And the shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Doué. That's a good run down the left. He's got away. Now it's Mbappe. Hernandez. And here's Dembele. Decent chance!
Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
So, third corner of the game. Olise plays it short, and it's Hernandez. He's in a... Doué! In he goes again! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Olise clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
France get their fourth corner. Olise goes short. Traoré. Great ball. Doué! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Doué is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Rodri spots it and intercepts. Upamecano did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Pedri. Still they trail and time is ticking away. To Laporte. Kubasi. And it's Rodri. Not the most convincing of passes. Here's Llorente. Ferran Torres. And it's Ruiz. And Kubasi. He's looking wide. Now it's Gavi. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And they've got rid. This is a promising build-up. Pass somewhat off target. Ferran Torres providing an outlet on that flank. Now it's Oyarzabal! Not a bad try by any means.
Oyarzabal certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Traoré, Dembele, who does have an assist to his name. Spread out to the left. Oh, good take in a good area. Tries a shot! It's run, and the shot! Chance again? No.
France really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Cucurella. Upamecano does well to get it back. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Now it's Doué. Mbappe! Chance, surely! And that could come back to haunt them.
Well, the lead may be fragile, but the keeper was focused and strong.
Now it's Llorente. And here's Ferran Torres. And that's an errant pass. And he's quick to get rid.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Changement en cours.
Spain can now introduce the first of their substitutes. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And now a sudden chance to counter. Laporte. Played out to the left flank.
France have certainly approached the game in the right way and relentlessly pursuing their equaliser. They've come close on several occasions now, and
Header! And he hits the net! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now! It was wonderfully efficient.
so well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and read it perfectly.
When the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that fate.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Spain now in a position far more desirable.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Lovely bit of skill. The final 5 minutes. And it's Rabiot. Gives it back. And here's Doué. That is a brilliant interception. And he's gone backward here. Can he finish? Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. And it's gone back to the keeper. Kubasi. Laporte. And it's Marino. And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. Oh, no messing about. It is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Pedri. Now it's Mbappe. Merino, excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Doué, good running, strong and purposeful.
That was lovely, that.
And he's cut it out. And that's that. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, you can never predict the results of these games, as your usual indicators like form become pretty irrelevant. It's a tough one to take, but these players have got what it takes to come back from this.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. One that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We stand for the national anthem of France. Jim, this one always matters.
Well, don't let the word friendly get in the way of a good rivalry. These players certainly won't, Peter.
You wouldn't have thought they would. You've got to expect this to be full throttle, surely.
Yeah, they'll be as strong as usual, but I'm sure these players will commit their all.
Well, we're on the way. This easily the most keenly anticipated of today's games. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, I'm Eric Laporte. He's a centre-back who's one of the best in the business when it comes to playing out from defence. He can spark quick counter-attacks or put his foot on the ball and retain it when a breather is needed. He's a very solid defender too. And opposition forwards, they're not going to get much change out of this guy.
No argument from me on that front. He's had a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Mikel Oyarzabal. Dembele. This is Dembele! Mikel Oyarzabal. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And it's Cucurella. Now it's Gavi. And it's Rodri. Oh, good spread. Ferran Torres has it out wide and in space. Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here.
Changement en cours.
Mignon deals with that, nice and simple. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
He's in a good... takes a shot! No, just not quite.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Cucurella. Oh, this looks sharp. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Nicely spread. Space for him to turn and look. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Olise. Now it's Mbappe. Played out towards the right wing. Now there's a fine ball. Doué! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Doué certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Long ball looking to counter. Now it's Doué. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Oyarzabal. That's destined for the flank. Now it's Gavi. Foot in. Now it's Olise. He's shifting through the gears here. And it's made its way to him. Mbappe gets flagged offside. Rabiot. Doué. And here's Mbappe. And this is great chance! Same again, same outcome.
They're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Front-footed pressing going on here. Now it's Yamal. Referee's given a throw. Mikel Oyarzabal. Yamal. Half an hour played now. Over to the right flank. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And here's Mbappe. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Gavi. Oh, that's well done. Really robust. Played out to the left flank. Now it's Gavi. Can he get it through? Saliba getting this one clear. And it's Ruiz. And here's Gavi. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. So what can they make of this? Now this could be a chance. Cucurella. Oh, can he get onto this? Well, that is one way to stop him. And they're quick to get it back. That has been slung wide. And the ball's gone astray. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. The referee's awarded a free kick. And he's going to have his name taken. Not the most accurate pass. Doué.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Llorente. Yamal. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
I think it's been a decent enough watch despite the half stagnating a little, if I can put it that way, Peter. We want to see some of that crap we got to see earlier on in the game. Everyone's going to have to find a way to just up the standard again.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock. The score 0-0. So let's get the ball rolling.
France are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Elise. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
He's picked his way through, and that could well leave a mark. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. And no surprise, that's a booking. Just one winner. Not a twitch, not a blink.
That's calm for you. Nothing is going to distract him.
But pour l'équipe d'Espagne. Après 50 minutes de jeu, le numéro 21.
Spain have taken the lead.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Look at the space, chance for a shot! And he's stuck it away. And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement and certainty of outcome.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited for me. Now they can go one better, possibly.
Now it's Doué. And here's Mbappe. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
And he is dashing away. Yamal. He slid in, and that has raised the temperature on the touchline. They've played it short. Drives it in. Rabiot can get it clear. A real chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. Deftly away. And it's Pedri. Quality ball. Hernandez. Goes looking wide. Now it's Doué. Saliba. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
That looks a good ball through. Pedri is flagged offside. Upamecano. Ball played for Dembele. Good ball, good take. Now it's Olise. Dembele. He's on it. There's the shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
It's a throw-in. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Cucurella. And it's Pedri. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. Mbappe under intense pressure.
Well, they'll have to get the numbers right in hoping to keep him quiet, because he's a really big threat.
And he's quick to return it.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Now it's Doué. Fabian Ruiz. Now it's Williams. And he's managed to get free.
Such good technique.
He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. France really could have done without this. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
Goal! Spain! Not much more than a formality.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
But pour l'équipe d'Espagne. Après 81 minutes de jeu par le numéro 21.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
It was definitely a brave call by the referee to give that penalty, and I think the way this game has gone, it could easily turn out to be the decisive moment. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And that's going to be a booking. Laporte. France very much running into the last chance saloon.
Well, whatever it is, Peter, it needs to be drastic and quick. Maybe the late show.
Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Yeah, and he's dodged a big one there. He has to be squeaky clean from here.
And it's Pedri. Oh, he's found support out wide.
Spain can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Doué. Dembele. And here's Mbappe. Closing in on goal. Hernandez is onto this. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here.
Il y aura 6 minutes de temps
Into the flank.
additionnel.
Knocks it into space. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. We are into overtime. Now it's Doué. Pau Kubasi gets across to intercept that.
Well, at the moment, we're seeing an attempt to manage the advantage.
He has found a way through. Chouameni. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. Well, how will we look back on that?
Yeah, well, I've been on the losing side in games like this, and I can tell you it really does hurt. It's about the fans, and when you let them down, it hurts that bit more. I mean, you can do all the right preparations and still end up on the losing side. I don't think they'll be going out tonight.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. One that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We stand for the national anthem of France. Well, it's as friendly as it can be in the circumstances, but you feel the rivalry.
Well, there may be nothing resting on it, Peter, but that's never going to take the edge away, is it? And the players from both sides know that.
Well, it certainly feels that way.
Yes, so while these boys are going to approach this game with their professional hats on, circumstances will extract the aggression.
There's the whistle, and here we go. It is that familiar feeling again, old foes, fresh hostilities. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
Well, Peter, this team has a great engine room in the shape of this guy, Tchouaméni. The Frenchman being a robust, relentless pressing machine who also excels in ball retention and recycling. I noticed he's surprisingly good at progressing play when on the ball too. Keep watching him.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Now it's Gavi. Shot could be on. Now it's Ferran Torres. It's their first effort on goal.
Well, the way he set himself up was just so clever. No wonder he's disappointed.
And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. And it's made a chance! That's another chance! Goal! Spain! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
France finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Dembele. Olise. Defending here is really tight. Now it's Oyarzabal. Now it's Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres. Fabian Ruiz receives it in a good position here. It's a quick ball upfield. Nicely spread. Olise. He's found a way through. And it's Dembele.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Tries to pass it through. And that's big chance! Fabian Ruiz. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward.
Fabian Ruiz.
He is just caressing the ball. Now it's Gavi. And the shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Muscular approach does pay off here. And he cuts out the supply. Now it's Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres stood his ground strongly. Ferran Torres. Now it's Oyarzabal. It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Doué. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Spain leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Now it's Llorente. Now it's Ferran Torres. It's a promising position. And no, that was never going to make it. And here's the chance to counter. And it's Dembele. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Now it's Ferran Torres. Now it's Oyarzabal. Upamecano. Tchouaméni. Rabiot. Here's Tchouaméni. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Now it's Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger.
Ferran Torres clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Now it's Mbappe.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
He has found the way through. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Ferran Torres. And it's Ruiz. Here's Rodri. Spain are 1-up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Tchouaméni. Ambitious ball here. He's picked his way. Olise! And that's in! France are back on level terms. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
El dorsal 11.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Ferran Torres. Now it's Oyarzabal. And
Here's Ferran Torres. Spread to the right. Oh, super ball. Dembele. Rabiot. Now Saliba. Rabiot.
2 minutos de descuento.
And it's Doué. Rodri with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Saliba. Rabiot. And he's had it nicked away. He's on it, can he get away? Ferran Torres. Mikel Oyarzabal. Now it's Llorente. And that signals the end of the first period. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So, nothing in it, Jim? What do you think?
Well, I think we got a good indication of what both sides want to do, Peter. I suspect both will continue with their respective approaches, give or take the odd fine-tuning.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. And so we're off again.
Spain have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
And it's Pedri. Now it's Oyarzabal. Now it's Gavi. He shifted it to the flank. Gavi. And he's cut it out. Rodri calmly anticipates. Cucurella. Now it's Oyarzabal. Dembele. Olise. Fabian Ruiz. Now it's Gavi. Chouameni. Olise, given the lift of his goal. And it's Gavi. Chouameni gets over and intercepts. Now it's Olise. So what can they make of this? Dembele. And it's Rabiot. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. And he can clear it away. Hernandez. Now this could be a chance.
Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And here's Pedri. It is a corner. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Corner number 2 then. Pedri goes short. Goes to finish! Not a bad try by any means. That has not gone well. Olise. And it's Gavi. Now it's Oyarzabal. Not the most accurate pass. Doué charging forward, the ball at his feet. Now it's Mbappe. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Spain needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
In with the challenge. Now it's Oyarzabal. Fabian Ruiz. And here's Oyarzabal. Real chance! Oh, it's a vicious effort.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
France can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Hernandez. It's gone out for a throw-in. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Hernandez. He's shifting through the gears here. Space for him to turn and look. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he has shown him a yellow card. Well, he stayed down and is in very obvious discomfort here.
That's good defensive concentration. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Gavi. It's a pretty loose pass. And here's Mbappe.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
No, that's been intercepted. Olise. And it's Gavi. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Dembele. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Now it's Oyarzabal. Oh, good spread. I'll try to spin that positively. I certainly can't.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
I have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Oh, good ball! Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Two minutes to be added on. And here's Mbappe. No, he's not going to get any further than that. He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague and they look worried.
Cambio de jugadores.
Off the bar! And that's gone loose. And the referee brings it to a close. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner, of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, that really did fly by. It's one of these games where everything progresses at 100 miles per hour, and at the end of it, this is what you can sometimes get. There may have been no winner, but still a tremendous watch.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Spain going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals one more time. A day for parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask that age-old question again: who is going to come out on top this time? Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. We stand for the national anthem of France. Well, this is a friendly, but a friendly only in name.
Well, don't let the word friendly get in the way of a good rivalry. These players certainly won't, Peter.
You wouldn't have thought they would. You've got to expect this to be full throttle, surely.
Yeah, they'll be as strong as usual, but I'm sure these players will commit their all.
So that's got things underway. One of the most eagerly awaited games in football. It never lets us down. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, this team has a great engine room in the shape of this guy, Chouameni. The Frenchman being...
Shoots! Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
Koundé, here's Chouameni. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. And it's Ruiz. Chouameni. And here's Oyarzabal, and he shoots! Goal! Spain! And it's Spain who take the lead. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
It's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Stood up well to him there. Now it's Oyarzabal. Ferran Torres. Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Oyarzabal is offering a right smile there.
And we have our very first corner. Pedri goes short. Llorente. Chance! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Spain have their second corner now. Pedri with the short one. Now this could be a chance. And the shot! That's a fair try, but just off target.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Mbappe, nice interception, his positioning was spot on. He's on it, can he get away? Ferran Torres, shot a goal! Oh, it's come loose. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Gavi is flagged offside. Here's Oyarzabal, and here's Ferran Torres. Now it's Oyarzabal. Big chance! Oh, good finish. They are purring, truly purring. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Spain are doing very nicely, thank you.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Now it's Oyarzabal. Well, that is one way to stop him. Oh, he's taken out, that'll be a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Rabiot. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, that's fabulous. Doué's cross. And he's there to get it away. Ball is over the line. Pau Kubasi does well to get it back. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Lobbed in behind, and he's made sure that's not getting through. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
France clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And it's Ruiz. Koundé gets it clear, nicked it back promptly. Dembele, Gavi. Now there's and the shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Ferran Torres actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
So, third corner of the game. Pedri plays it short. Pedri. Good ball, good take. France have the chance to go. He's had a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Spain find a position of real strength now. Chouameni. Olise. He is through here. Oh, no joy this time. Oh, what has happened here? Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
And that's one back! Not a twitch, not a blink.
It's in, but only just. The keeper guessed correctly, and the heart and mouth moment for the taker.
Marcó en el minuto 34 el dorsal 10.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this?
Llorente makes a move down the right. Oh, cracking ball.
Great chance! And that's in!
And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
So now the difference is 3. Spain looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Great defending, strong and determined. He's going for goal! And the keeper read that really well.
Well, if they hope to have any chance of turning this round, they have to abandon their shoot-on-sight policy. It's just not working.
They've played it short. Doué is onto this. Mbappe! Ferran Torres. It's a good run down the right. Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? Tchouaméni. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And here's Gavi. He's having a pop! It is a very, very good save.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. He's got away, and he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Now it's Oyarzabal. And we've reached half-time.
Spain are looking as solid as I've seen for some time. All departments are working strongly, and this can do their confidence a whole power of good.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive. Everything you'd expect from Derby Day. Spain up by 3 after a terrific 45 minutes. Even in a game like this, you would think that should be enough. So we're on the way for the second half. Olise. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And that's going to be a booking. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague and they look worried.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Saliba. Mikel Oyarzabal is having the time of his life here. Rabiot. That is good alertness. Cucurella. Now it's Gavi. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Laporte. Spain disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Upamecano. Ball played for Dembele. Mbappe has got himself a free kick. And he is going into that little black book. Upamecano. And it's Dembele. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Rabiot. Upamecano. And he's had it nicked away. Mikel Oyarzabal is being harried and hassled.
Well, he helps himself to a treble, Peter, and then they switch on. It's a bit late now.
And here's Doué. Ferran Torres. Quarter of an hour into the second half. It's Pedri. And it's Gavi. Fabian Ruiz. That's rather hopeful. Oh, brilliant save.
Well, it was an ambitious attempt, but it'll keep the defence on its toes at least.
Pedri gets a foot in here. Now it's Ferran Torres. Rabiot. Doué. Ferran Torres. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Crunching tackle. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. That's a good ball out wide. Can he latch on to this? Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And he's managed to get free. Lovely bit of skill. Rabiot. And it's Doué. He's shifting through the gears here. And that has left him in a heap. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And he's going to have his name taken.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Now it's Akliouche. Gavi absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game. Hernandez has been caught there, it's a foul. Referee has gone straight to his pocket, yes, a second yellow, and he's off. Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Oh, great effort, but he's produced a save to match.
I was expecting him to play it in until I saw his run-up.
Nicely aimed pass. And now they can spring out of defence. Koundé. And here's Mbappe. He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Well, with him already been on a yellow, he should know much better than that.
Cherki tries to dink it through. Out of play for a goal kick.
Fabian Ruiz has created one goal already. Pedri. Now it's Gavi. Strong running down that left flank. Oh, that's neat. And he's there to belt it away. Well, they've got it again. Engages and forces him off the ball. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Upamecano. Cherki receives it in a wide position. Pedri. Into the last 5 minutes. Wriggles his way through. Ah, such a clever touch. Good read, needed to be. Cherki. Oh, that's ambitious. Now it's Barcola. He's picked his way through. He's found a way past. Oh, he's having a go! Keeper gets just about enough of it. Chouameni, and the referee brings it to a close. Spain, just a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick, and such fun. You really would fear for anyone playing up against them right now. Mikel Oyarzabal, hat-trick scorer, massive game from him today. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans, everyone pumped. Takes me back.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.